from the director of Terminator 2. And the year is 2534. After the brutal religion wars, the last religion standing was the cult of Santa Claus.
This is Elevator Pitch. Here's how it works. We have each drafted our directors and cast from a list of Golden Globe nominees for 2022. We were then randomly assigned a movie genre and had to come up with an original movie concept on the spot and pitch it to the other two goofs. Here's what we came up with. Thank you for meeting with me, Netflix. So, I heard you guys are looking for a thriller movie, and I have the perfect people to direct this. Now, this is the critically acclaimed Daniels. Now, I know what you're thinking. They don't do thrillers. They do abstract. They do everything, all right? These boys got talent. These kids are going places, all right? They've got a flair for twists. They're going to pull this off perfectly. So this is a Margot Robbie and Bob Odenkirk vehicle. We're also featuring Barry Keoghan and...
Oh, I like him.
Bobby Cannavale. Not very well known, but he's great.
I heard he's tough to work with.
Bob Odenkirk plays a very affluent life insurance salesman. He's done well in his career. He's kind of just a 9-to-5 guy. He's busted out his whole life. He's very, very serious, by the book, not a lot of fun. Margot Robbie, kind of a party girl, you know what I mean? She never took life too seriously, never had many goals or aims, but she met Bob Odenkirk. He was trying out a dating site because he didn't really have time to do all these other things. They met on Hinge or whatever, and she's kind of attracted to him because of his money. He's attracted to her because she's Margot Robbie. She's kind of a trophy wife situation. This is a straight up murder mystery, right? Margot Robbie dies in the first act.
Your lead actress killed in the first act.
Yeah. We see a lot of character development, maybe beginning of second act. It's end of first act, right?
It's the midpoint of the film.
Yes.
Midpoint of the film.
How much are we paying her to act in this first 30 minutes, sir?
She's getting all the money, all right? It's Margot Robbie. We're saving a lot of money on Bobby Cannavale and Barry Keoghan, who, while phenomenal, doesn't have a ton of credit under his belt, so although he has done some Marvel stuff, but we won't talk about that. All right.
Barry Keoghan's rated up.
The movie plays out like a murder mystery. The suspects of this are Bob Odenkirk, the husband, right, who has a life insurance policy out on her. Of course he does. He's a life insurance salesman, but it's a very substantial life insurance policy, and Margot Robbie's young. It's a little suspicious that he would take it out, but again, life insurance salesman. Barry Keoghan, just a humble maintenance boy, right? But he also, he cleans the pool. This is Westfield, right? So they don't mow the lawn. Barry Keoghan does. He runs his own lawn service, but he's from a very poor background, right? So he kind of has a lot of pent-up anger towards these rich people who he kind of is subservient to, but he works in their area, you know what I mean? Has the means to execute the crime. So the question is was it Bob Odenkirk, the husband, who had recently found out that she was having an affair with Bobby Cannavale, the real estate agent who sold them the house to begin with, who also has the ability to kind of get inside the house, he's got the keys and all this. The plot twist at the end is that Margot Robbie's death was fake. This was a plot by her and her life insurance salesman, husband, Bob Odenkirk. This was all an insurance plot. They escape. It's kind of like a ride off into the sunset. They escape to Hawaii afterwards. They collect the money. He meets up with her in Hawaii. You think he's going on the run. The cops think he's guilty. After, Bobby Cannavale is kind of the red herring the whole time. Barry Keoghan is kind of just hapless, but he's a little edgy, so you think it might be him the whole time. Turns out at the very end, it's the two of them, and it's kind of this like psychedelic, whodunit, with horror aspects to it, and that's my pitch. And the movie is called My Suburban Wife. There we go.
Damn. Okay.
That was really difficult, guys. That was really difficult.
All right, Spence. You have a drama starring Viola Davis and Evan Peters, with supporting performances by Amanda Seyfried and Tyler James Williams, with Bryan Cranston in a special role. Directed by Steven Spielberg. What do you got?
Okay. I'm pitching this to HBO Max. HBO. Okay.
All right, HBO.
Okay. This Viola Davis is married to Bryan Cranston, who is on his deathbed, cancer. Viola Davis has a kid, Tyler James Williams, from a previous marriage. Bryan Cranston has a child from a previous marriage, Evan Peters.
Oh, I like that.
Tyler James Williams and Evan Peters have known each other since their parents got married when they were just in high school. This takes place when they're coming back home. Well, Tyler James Williams is coming back home from college. He went to Princeton. Evan Peters stayed at home. He kind of lingers in the neighborhood, kind of a stoner type, kind of a loner. Makes money selling pot. They don't really get along because obviously they have two different ideologies about life. Now, Amanda Seyfried is Evan Peters' girlfriend. Both of them are kind of like stoner types, hanging out, just having sex all the time, not really doing much. He works at like a video store, and she does like OnlyFans or something like that. Okay. Anyway, Bryan Cranston is on his deathbed. They don't know about it until Tyler James Williams comes home from school, and they all gather in a room. Viola Davis has something to tell them, and they let him know that Bryan Cranston's on his way out. It's very, very sad shit. Anyway, the whole premise is tied into them bonding over Bryan Cranston's last days.
Oh, I like that.
That is good.
They have to come together. They learn values about each other. Tyler James realizes that there's more to life than like motivation and success of being a big businessman. Evan Peters learns that he has to step it up because his father, he's remembering moments from his childhood of them fishing and things like that, and how he had dreams of one day becoming an artist, but the drugs and the party and caught up with him, and they end up bonding over it. Viola Davis is urging them to get along because in the beginning they're just bickering, and it's just this very emotional culmination of energies and cohesion up until the last scene when Bryan Cranston closes his eyes and leaves this plane of existence.
Damn, that's a fucking. And who's directing?
That's a good ass movie. Who's directing?
Steven Spielberg.
It's gonna be emotional as fuck.
Yeah,
and this is going to be called Married In.
Oh, like you're married into the family. Yeah. Damn.
Buy that shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's good as hell. It's a good one. All right,
what you got?
Warner Brothers, I'd like to pitch to you.
We are the Warner
James Cameron's next epic. It's a Christmas story starring Michelle Yeoh and Bill Hader, with supporting performances by Jamie Lee Curtis and Domhnall Gleeson, with an incredible special guest appearance by Bruce Campbell. From the director of Terminator 2 and the year is 2534. After the brutal religion wars, the last religion standing was the cult of Santa Claus, led by the horrific and brutal leader Santa himself, in an incredible, brutal starring turn or supporting role, Bruce Campbell as the most terrifying mutant Santa Claus you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle Yeoh is a loner that walks the wastelands, avoiding the Santa cults and the other remaining surviving cults of the religion wars. When she stumbles across Bill Hader and his ailing mother, Jamie Lee Curtis. Bill is trying to make it across the wasteland to one of the last remaining hospitals, for his mother is dying of cancer. Michelle Yeoh knows these lands as a tracker and she will help this poor soul and his ailing mother across the wastelands. But they will have to contend against the Santa cults, the horrific Santa himself, and Dom Hall Gleason playing the religious Catholic leader of the Catholic cults, the horrifying Dom Hall Gleason in the most terrifying role you've ever seen him in. A carnival master of Catholic chivalrous. No, that doesn't work. Cacophony. There.
Yeah, there you go.
I give you Xmas.
That's great.
534.
Yes.
Rated R.
That's fucking great.
That is so good, dude.
That's really,
oh my
really
God.
good.
That's so funny. Were you reading? Did you type something? It looked like you were
No,
reading it.
I didn't. I swear to
insane.
God, I did not type
That's
anything.
great. That's really great.
I know you did because I didn't hear the typing. That's incredible. I'd watch that. See, I did not think of a apocalypto style
Yes.
Christmas movie. Yeah, I was thinking like, like a romantic comedy.
Hell
Christmas.
no, man. Christmas is versatile. I just watched Violent Night.
Yeah.
Now you know what? James Cameron could pull that off. Then.
Yeah. It's like Book of Eli meets Violent Night.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah, that's sick. Yeah. Oh, damn, that was amazing. Spence, yours had me hooked because I'm like,
Yours was great, Spence.
those performances,
Yeah.
I could picture it. And I didn't think
I could see
Spielberg
it
was going to
too.
work with that. And then as you're telling the story, I'm like, oh no, that's perfect. Especially after he just did The Fablemans. I'm like, I haven't seen it,
That's
but
where
it's a
I'm fit.
family drama. I'm like, and then Brett,
Also, didn't he
How-
direct The Color Purple?
did he?
Yeah.
What?
did.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did.
that's
I
amazing.
think he
I
did.
think he did. And Schindler's List, the man can do it.
Yeah.
The man
And-
can do it.
I
Brett,
kind of want to see that. Yeah, he did.
I didn't think you were going to be able to marry James Cameron to Christmas in any way. I was like,
Me neither.
that was
I gotta
amazing.
play to my director's strengths. His strength is like.
I
So
think what
great.
hit me the most was
World
Domino
building.
Gleason as the Catholic priest. I could totally see that.
Oh,
It's like this
absolutely. Like a
crazy-
paladin type, you
Yeah,
know?
man.
Yeah.
He's just full of religious fervor.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He wants
Just
to get
like he
back to
was
the
in Star
true
Wars.
meaning of Christmas. You know?
Bruce, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And Bruce Campbell in a big beard, just like laughing maniacally as he
Yeah.
chases you.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And he's got a team of elves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
could see Bill Hader like making really sarcastic comments about all this, like during the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
with
good
Jamie,
Christmas
with Jamie
movie.
Lee. I'd watch
With
that
Jamie
shit.
Lee, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two would have awesome
watch
repartee.
Love it. Well, that's really fun. That's really fun.
Well, now we know it works.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it with
Yeah.
like we'll have to figure out how to scramble these actors. Well, what we should
Yeah.
do is like we'll go back to like 2018 Oscar nominated actors and randomize those. 2016, like we'll just go back and use
Yeah. Yeah.
old nominees, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Very, very fun.
Cool.
That was awesome.